Okay, so this is Edmodo. I actually use this on a daily basis with my students. It's become such an integral part of my classroom and of our school culture. So I highly recommend it. It's easy to get started, totally free. Teachers sign up, and you basically get started. Students log in this way, and parents can connect as well. So it's really a social network. It's focused for education. It's where administrators, teachers, students, parents, and any stakeholders of your school really can all come together in learning communities. So I'm going to actually log into my account and show you some of the features that I use on a daily basis. So first of all, you're going to have your home button. Your home screen is going to look a lot like a Facebook home screen would be. Up here you have my profile, and I can actually click on it and I have like an entire profile just for myself. It's all about me and where I teach and my connections, how many students I have, how many items are in my library, just different things like that. You can earn badges and you can share badges. So I'm going to take you back to home. These are some of my groups and some of my classes. I have groups for each class. I'm not going to click on my student groups because yeah, I think that there's probably some issues with posting their stuff online. But basically, you can add a note. So just an announcement, some information, you type in the name of a specific student or class, so like all my classes are in here. You can communicate just with your students, or there will also be that same class but with the term parents added. So that means that parents can see what you're posting then as well. You can select one group or all groups. You can type in specific people's names, like here's mine. So if I want to directly message a student or a small group of students or another teacher, I can direct my note to whoever I want. I can add files, links, things from my library, which is my Edmodo storage space. I can schedule when I want my post to appear. So if I'm doing my planning for my classes and I know, okay, I'm going to give them like a starter topic for them all to log in the beginning of class and post a reply to, then I'm going to choose, well, I don't want that to happen until Monday at 7 a.m., and I can just hit OK, and it will program it to not actually appear in their feed until Monday morning. You can also send alerts. Alerts give you 140 characters, and it actually creates like a high priority notification for your students or whoever you're sending it to. Up here where this little bell is where their notifications will show up. They'll have a little like red number or attention notification up here. They can also set it to, because there's an app for this, and you can also set it to notify your email or your text messages. So students and parents can go in and say, okay, if there's an alert, immediately send me a text message. So they don't always have to log into Edmodo to get really important information. You can also assign paperless assignments. Now, I love this. I'm in a computer lab this year, and my goal this year was to be 100% paperless. And so I use assignment all the time. You add a title, you describe the assignment, you can load, like if you already have previous assignments that you've made, like I have several here, then I can just click on this and it will automatically load that for me, and I can edit it. I can choose who I want to send it to. I can delete the link and add a new one. I can add any items, any other items that I want, and I can set a new due date here and then send that off. And students will actually turn it in through Edmodo, and there's like an Edmodo grade book that you can kind of grade there, export into Excel or export into your own grade book. You can also give quizzes here. You can create a quiz from scratch. You can choose your choice, different types of questions like true, false, add first question. You type in, is Edmodo a great tool? Question mark. Correct answer is true, of course. You can attach, like if you're asking a question about a map, then you can attach a link to the map so they can answer the question about that. You can name this quiz up here. You can give it a time limit. You can write a description of this quiz. You can randomize the questions so that you don't have to worry if students are sitting next to each other in a lab. And then you can preview the test. So this is what it'll look like to the students. They'll start it. They'll answer the question. I'm going to answer it wrong and then submit. And it's going to ask me, am I sure? And it's going to ask for their reaction, and I'm going to say, ooh, I feel like I wasn't really sure. This was really challenging. And it's going to tell me, ooh, I got a 0 out of 1. My answer was wrong. That was the one that was wrong. It'll give the whole list for them and let them go through so they get immediate feedback. And it also generates a lot of great data for you. Again, I would show you the data, but I'm pretty sure that would violate my students' privacy. But it does give you data about what questions were most frequently missed, how long it took the students, what was their reaction to the test, were they feeling prepared, were they feeling confident. You can also do quick polls. I use this sometime in my classroom. It's a great bell ringer or closer, how confident are you feeling about this? I'm feeling super confident, not so confident. I have no idea what you're talking about. Send it out, and immediately you get just a quick poll or even a question about what you learned that day, and a quick multiple choice almost, and see how many of them get it right. Did they really learn that? Snapshot is a great new feature that they have added this year. This is actually, let's see if I can get it to work for us. This is actually, we're going to go with 7th grade. With all this Common Core stuff, Snapshot is like tests that they've already created, small tests like quizzes that they've already created that link to the Common Core standards. So I've told them that this is a 7th grade ELA class, so they're going to automatically give me ELA standards. I can go to Browse All Standards, and I can say, you know what, this one's about writing. It's a creative writing class. So I want the writing standards, and I can say, I really want to make sure that they're developing topics with relevant facts and definitions. That's not so much creative writing, but you can kind of add the different. See, they're actually still building this. This is such a new feature, they haven't got everything. But if I go to literature, they've got it. So determine a theme or central idea, I can add that. Analyze how a particular element or story drama interact, add that. I can say done. And you can customize your snapshot, so you can say the name of it, is there a time limit, do you want to give them a note about it, and then you can send it to your students. And so basically it's going to create a database for you to go into and look at data of what skills specifically are they struggling with as a class and as an individual that are Common Core skills. It's great, it's free. Again, Edmodo is totally free. Okay, so up here, this is your home and all of your classes and all that. You can highlight a specific class or group to kind of isolate their feed, or you can look at everything. You see here, I have teachers posting. So this is a great place to also join professional learning communities. So down here, you can see I have joined, computer technology, language arts, professional development, class dojo, some other tools that I use. And so when people post in those communities, they feed into my Edmodo home feed as well. I also have joined some groups of my own, like Coding in the Classroom and Digital Citizenship, Code Makers, STEM from Hawaii, and so those are actually almost like classes that I joined, but they're professional learning communities as well. Progress, I can't click this button because you'll be able to see my students' grades, but that's basically your grade book. So if you assign assignments here or quizzes here, it'll populate in this gradebook area for your classes. Discover is where you can go to discover other professional learning communities or groups that you may be interested in. You can also find popular links and resources, and you can actually, with one click, add them to your library, or actually add to the discussion if you want to discuss it. In your library, You can create folders, you can attach to post, you can access your Google Drive from here. If I were to click on something, it gives me the opportunity to add it to a folder. And once you create folders, you can decide what folders you want to share with what groups. So like right here, I can click this and you can actually decide, if I go into my folder options, I can decide, like, do I want to make this folder public or do I want to share it with a particular group? So you can actually like create a folder for a class with all sorts of documents in it, and then tell your students when they log in to their home screen and they click on your class, they'll go to your class folder and there'll be documents and resources there for them to use. Also, over here, they actually have apps. Okay, wait, let me start with the easier one. Edmodo Planner, a calendar, so you can schedule in. Whenever you add an assignment for them, the students, it's going to populate into their calendar when your due dates are. You can also, it doesn't have to be an assignment within Edmodo. You can add items to your calendar, like when a test is going to be due, or a project that has nothing to do with Edmodo, but you just want it to be in their planner. Also, in Edmodo, let's see, let me exit out of Planner. Right here, there's an apps launcher. And so these are some of the apps that I have that I use with my students. You can see there's all sorts of things on here. You can go to the store to browse their apps. Many are free. Some are paid apps, so you can go into Creative Arts and kind of look like they have GameStar Mechanic. It's $60 a group. That's kind of a high price one. Some are only like $5 per group. There are many that are free. You can sometimes, like, new users of Edmodo get like a free credit, so be on the lookout for getting a free credit so you can purchase some apps. If you go into Manage Apps and manage my apps, so like if I go to HTML and I scroll down, let's see, okay, if I say manage app, then I can choose which classes I want to make this available to and install it for them. I've already done that, but if I changed it, then I can install it for them. So basically, that's Edmodo. There's a lot here. I highly recommend it for any and all teachers. You can use it just as a means to connect to other professionals for the professional learning communities and sharing resources with other teachers, or you can use it with your students. It's just a great tool that I highly recommend. I hope this was helpful.